Amber, and this is my channel, Destination Nurse. I'm going to be taking you along on my journey to becoming a registered nurse. Today is my first day of school. I'm really excited. I'm very nervous. If you've been following along, my instructors still have never posted anything to Canvas about what the semester is going to be like, what assignments we're going to have, any of that. So it's going to be a big surprise, I guess. It is currently 6:30 in the morning. I got up at 5:30 and I have about a 45-minute drive to get to my school. I'm gonna get there a little early, but that's okay. I just want to make sure I know where I'm going and I don't, I'm not late, because they made a big point of making sure you're not late because it's so unprofessional and stuff like that. So I want to make sure I get there earlier just so I can see how much extra time I have and then I can adjust. But I'm about to head out and get to my school, and I'll get back to you when I get there. Hey everyone, I've made it to my school now. So it is currently 7:15. It took me 45 minutes, pretty much exactly. Traffic wasn't too bad. So I'm pretty early right now, but I'm gonna check Canvas again, see if anything's there, and then start gathering all of my things. I've got like so many bags. Like, look, like I've got 2 bags down there, got my lunch bag there, that's my N95 mask. I've got a bag there for my regular shoes, and I've got my backpack, and I have a rain jacket because it is fall in Florida and you just never know when you're gonna get rain. So just so many things, but I will check in with you when I get time, and I'll talk to you later. Hey everyone, this is Amber. Okay, so it is currently 12:10. They just let us out for lunch break about 5 minutes ago. It took that long to get to my car. But so basically I wanted to give a rundown of what we've done so far, because we've been in class now for 4 hours and we don't get out till 3. We are going to be doing some things today. So we have 6 skills that we are being graded on. We have to pass them in order to pass the class and continue on in the program. So today they're going to check us off for PPE, which is personal protection equipment, and also for hand washing. Those are both very straightforward. I have a background in hospitals, although for animals, because I worked in the animal hospitals for 8 years, so I have a little bit of a background in all of that. I'm not too concerned, but they are going to do both of those today, and then we have 4 other skills that will need to be checked off in the next 5 weeks, including this week, because at week 6 we start our clinical rotations. So just real quick, I just wanted to talk about what we did so far this morning. I'm just covering up my school emblem here on my shirt. But so week 4, we will have our dosage calculation math exam. You have to have 100%. It's non-negotiable. And I understand it's, if you mess up the dosing on a medication for one of your patients, I mean, that could be life or death. So you have 3 attempts to get 100%. And if you don't pass that exam, you're out. And you will have 30 minutes, they said, to do a 10-question exam. So that was one thing they made sure to mention. They did mention that 35% of our grade is from our lab assignments and modules, and 65% of the grade is the last 11 weeks of like clinical assignments. So once we're assigned to our clinical site, all of the assignments that come along with that. So there are 90 lab hours required, and it's going to be really strict. There's basically a no missed day, requirement involved here. So, they pretty much said that we understand people get sick, where you don't feel like you can come to class, and you don't want to expose everybody. But at the same time, you do get a 0. There's no excused absences. You don't get any kind of credit or leniency or anything. So that's tough because, you know, when you know, not everyone, you know, I don't know how to explain this, but I feel like everyone gets sick at least once a year, and gosh, some people get really sick, but you know, if you miss a day, I mean, you're going to be having a hard time and you may not be able to pass. You have to have an 80% or higher proficiency in, you know, as a final grade, and 79.8 doesn't count. They don't do any rounding, so 80% or higher to pass. And they made sure it's known that it's not going to be easy. Late assignments are zeros. If you're late to your clinical, that's a 0, and you can literally, if you're late twice, you're out of the program. And if you are 1 minute to 1 hour late for lab, that's 4 hours of makeup lab that you would have to do, and they said they don't have makeup lab hours, so I don't even know how that would work, but basically don't be late. So just running through some of the skills that we need to know. I did already mention the PPE and hand washing, which we're going to do after lunch right now today, but also there will be sterile wounds, vital signs, which we'll start vital signs tomorrow, physical assessment, and Foley. So those will all be a pass-fail. You have 3 attempts to complete each skill, and you have to pass them before you start your clinical rotation at week 6. So they'll evaluate you, they'll sign off, and then that skill is marked complete. We will be doing some ATI testing, like a critical thinking assessment that won't be graded, that kind of tells us a baseline of where we are right now with our knowledge. And then they will test us later. I don't know if she meant later in this semester or later, like at the end of the program, and see how much knowledge we have gained. There's no makeups for missed quizzes. There's only the one exam. It's the math mastery exam, so that's good. So I'm not a great test taker. I am good with like physically doing things, so I think that'll be okay. They did say because this is a 6 credit hour class that you should devote 18 hours of actual study time per week to this class. That doesn't include the theory class on Thursdays, and that is not including the actual time we're in the class. So that's basically it. What I did do is I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do my lunch, and what I thought might be fun, because I already had them, is I got these like subscription boxes to try snacks and stuff. So this is from Universal. I don't know what happened to my voice, but Universal Yums. So this box, I brought a few different items. This one's for turkey. I thought this would be just a fun thing to do, and I will try them with you. And then I did bring, just in case they're terrible or not filling, I brought a protein bar and some pretzels to eat as my lunch. So the first one we're going to try is going to be these cola marshmallows right here. So again, this is from Universal Yums, and this is the turkey box, like the country turkey, not the food. So they call these cola marshmallows pillowy treats with refreshing soda flavor. So fluffy and not too chewy. They taste just like soda. That's what it says. So here they are. Okay. So they're super cute. I'm not real big into marshmallows. It's just a texture thing for me, but it looks like a little like jug of soda, so that's cute. Oh my gosh, they do taste like soda. They're actually pretty good. This reminds me of a candy. Gosh, what are they called? bottle caps. That's what it is. It reminds me of bottle caps. And if you've ever had bottle caps, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. This tastes just like the soda or root beer or Coke, whatever it is, bottle cap. It's actually really delicious. So I'm not even a marshmallow person. Those are good. All right. So the next thing I brought, okay. It is a Choco banana cake. All right. And this says a fluffy cake with a creamy center. Okay, so Turkey is home to 4 different plantations specifically designed to grow bananas. 80% of the bananas are sold locally. Okay, so let me open this up, see what this is about. By the way, it looks like this. And that's what the cake looks like. So I'm just gonna grab that out without making a huge mess, hopefully, because I really don't like eating in my car, to be honest. I'm already making a mess. The cake is good. It's so messy. That's what it looks like. I'm getting banana bread. So I like banana bread. I like this. I was going to see if there was like an actual cream filling. I don't think it's actual cream. But I hate that I've made a mess. Crumbs. Crumbs bring bugs. Okay. Let me just wipe my hands off here. Okay, so the last thing that I brought is this sweet corn pretzel pieces. So I forget what they're called, but you see them in the grocery store all the time. They're just like the little pretzel pieces, and like I love the honey mustard ones. Those are so good. Sweet corn's a flavor I've never seen. Okay. So freshly picked corn poached in milk with sugar, butter, and spices. All right. So we're going to go ahead and try that. That's what it looks like. It's actually a pretty big bag. These look just like the honey mustard pretzel bites, but with sweet corn flavor. Interesting. Not in a bad way. You get a little bit of like a creamed corn flavor, but it's so mild. Honestly, this is good. I have no problem with any of this. So, I don't know if you guys are into to different treats from around the world, but if you are, leave a message in the comments and I'll do more of these because I have a few different boxes. So I just brought 3 today, but I'm gonna finish eating. We only get like 35 minutes to eat and get back in class. So, and I'm gonna have to use the bathroom too. I haven't been since I've been here. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish eating, but that's kind of a rundown of what we've done so far. I will get back to you after our 3 o'clock dismissal and let you know how the PPE and hand washing skill check off goes and anything. There is a little bit of an aftertaste of the sweet corn too, which isn't the best, but when you're eating them, they're fine. But that's where we're at right now. So I'll let you know how the rest of the day goes, and then I'll bring you along because it sounds like they're like, they did say they're front loading us because we have to know all these skills, basic skills, before we go into the long-term care facilities for our clinical. So it's going to be a lot of information all at once. So every day is honestly, it's going to be so different. So I will continue to document because it's not going to be like old info. But I'll go ahead and get back to you in a few hours at the end of the day here and then bring you along tomorrow too. See you later. All right, so it is now like 3:10 or 3:11 or something, and they just let us out. After lunch, they had us do a couple of skills. So we did a hand washing skill, which we had to be checked off by the faculty for, and we did kind of in groups. So your peers had to watch you do the proper hand washing technique and then sign off on you. You needed 2 of those from your peers and then 1 from the instructor. And that basically is one of the 6 skills that we have to have before we start our clinical requirements or clinical rotation at the sites. So so we did the hand washing skill first, and then they had us do the PPE skill second. They had us do that all together. So that basically encompasses your gown, gloves, goggles, and a mask, and we all did it together, but they showed us the proper way of doing it. So they did let us take home our used ones because they're disposable. So this is what it looks like. You know, so the yellow is the gown, you have the blue gloves, and you have the single-use surgical mask. The goggles were like the school property, so we couldn't take those, but they said we could either throw our used materials away or we could keep them. I might as well just keep it. And that's pretty much it. That's all we did after lunch. Yeah, I don't think there was anything else. It was pretty much a mad dash to the end after lunch was over, as it was already almost 1 by then, and we get out at 3. It took a little bit longer. There was a lot of questions, but I think we'll pick back up tomorrow, and every day, like I said, is going to be something different, so it's not going to be boring. I'll just bring you along. So let me know how you think. Let me know what you think about how I, showed you my day, and if there's something that you want to know about, I'll be happy to, kind of go over that as well. But other than that, I'll just kind of document what we're doing. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Hey everyone. Okay, so I'm home now. It is 4:10. I've already changed out of my school uniform that I've been wearing all day. I couldn't wait to get it off. I'm already in my comfy clothes, just some pajama shorts and a pajama shirt. And I just wanted to mention real quick that there were a few things that weren't part of the supplies that that they listed that we needed, that they actually mentioned that we need. So I wanted to just mention those real quick before I end the day here. So we had to get the Davis's drug guide for nurses, and we had to get Davis's comprehensive handbook of laboratory and diagnostic tests. We do have to have those, but they said that they will let us know when we need to bring those in. We had to have that lab kit that I told you about, and they recommend getting the RN Notes Nursing Clinical Pocket Guide as well, but I am not going to because I have a multitude of other guides and stuff. So I'm not going to do that one and see how it goes. But what they said we do need to have that wasn't mentioned previously, and like I said, this Canvas course was only published like while we were in class this morning, so it took a long time to get published. But they do recommend you have a Taber's Medical Dictionary, which I think I have a really old one. She said to go ahead and use it as much as you can, and then if you need to get another one, you can, like a newer one. They said that you'll need to know the APA formatting by Purdue OWL, which I guess is just a way of writing papers, making sure you have cover sheets and references and things like that. And then they want you to bring a charged laptop to every lab. So I'm bringing my iPad Air that I got. I think it's an iPad Air 5. It worked out fabulous this morning. I took like 2 pages worth of notes, and I had no issues with it. This is the first time I've ever used an iPad, so I was a little nervous about it, but it worked out fine. I used Notability for these notes today. Worked out great. But that is something that, they hadn't mentioned that we need to bring to class, and it is something you need to bring. So either laptop or an iPad, something like that, some sort of tablet. you have to bring that to lab, and they want you to bring headphones as well. So I'll need to get those out of my lecture or like slash theory backpack, which I have the headphones in right now, but they want you to bring headphones. And then you have to label the lab kit bag. So those were the last few things I wanted to bring up. So our grade is going to be, like I said, 35% from the lab section and 65% from the clinical section of the semester, just for the lab part. This is not including my theory class on Thursdays. But that's the math modules at 5%. There's a cultural awareness project that's worth 15%. Graded lab assignments are worth 15%. And then 65% from performance and graded assignments in our clinical setting. So I just wanted to bring those up real quick to wrap up the video. And then tomorrow I will bring you along just as so you can plan ahead. What we're doing tomorrow is going to be finishing up our lab and clinical orientation and then starting our vital sign demos and practice. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. And then we're supposed to watch a video on cranial nerves and assessment and do some practice on that as well. So I will catch up with you again tomorrow.